On a September evening in London, Clarence House became the unlikely setting for a long-overdue conversation. Prince Harry, in town for the Well Child Awards, met privately with his father, King Charles III, for nearly an hour, their longest talk in years. This wasn't a formal exchange, but a genuine attempt at reconciliation after years of public estrangement. The meeting came at a poignant time, coinciding with the anniversary of Queen Elizabeth II's passing, a reminder of family, loss, and the urgency of healing. Harry arrived not to confront, but to reconnect, guided by his recent public call for reconciliation. For the first time, there was a sense that both sides were willing to meet halfway. In the world of the monarchy, time is precious, and the king's decision to dedicate nearly an hour spoke volumes. It was a private gesture, but a powerful one, signalling that the relationship mattered. As Harry left Clarence House, a fragile hope lingered. Perhaps at last, the first step toward mending the House of Windsor had been taken. The world watched, wondering if this glimmer of hope could survive the spotlight. For now, the door to reconciliation was open, if only a crack. That hope was quickly tested. Within a day, headlines blared news of a royal breakthrough. King Charles, it was claimed, was eager to reunite with his grandchildren Archie and Lilibet. The details, attributed to a royal source, were intimate and emotional, painting the king as a loving grandfather longing for family. For Harry and Meghan, it was déjà vu, a private moment turned into a public spectacle. The leak shifted the narrative from quiet healing to a media circus, with the Sussexes once again at the centre. The privacy of the father-son meeting was shattered, replaced by speculation and pressure. The palace's old habit of anonymous briefings had returned, undermining trust before it could even take root. Instead of a step forward, the leak reignited old wounds. The question now, could reconciliation survive the glare of public scrutiny? Tracing the source of a palace leak is a familiar royal game, but the clues were clear. The royal source label is rarely accidental. It signals a message sanctioned, or at least tolerated, by the palace. The story's framing centered on the king's desire to see his grandchildren, casting him as the peacemaker. This narrative didn't serve Harry and Meghan. It served the monarchy. The leak was strategic, not accidental, a move to control the story and apply public pressure on the Sussexes. By making the king's wishes public, the palace set the terms of reconciliation before any real plans were made. It was a classic chess move: force the Sussexes' hand, claim the moral high ground, and shape public opinion. The palace's media machine was in full swing, managing perceptions and maintaining control. For Harry and Meghan, it was a reminder that the game hadn't changed. The institution still held the megaphone, and wasn't afraid to use it. In this family, every move is played out on the world stage. Anonymous briefings are woven into the fabric of royal life. For decades, the palace has used select journalists to shape stories and protect its image, often at the expense of family unity. The War of the Waleses in the 1990s was fueled by leaks from both Charles and Diana's camps, turning private pain into public drama. The same tactics resurfaced with Harry and Meghan, stories of Duchess difficult, staff resignations and family rifts, all fed by unnamed insiders. For the Sussexes, it was proof that the institution valued its reputation over their well-being. Each leak became another barrier to trust, reinforcing the sense that privacy was impossible within the royal system. From the start, Harry and Meghan's story was shaped by leaks. Before they could define themselves, anonymous sources defined them, often in the harshest light. The relentless negativity drove them to step back as senior royals, feeling unprotected and undermined. Even after moving to California, the leaks continued, turning private calls and family moments into headlines. For Harry, every leak was a reminder that trust was a luxury he couldn't afford. The latest story about the king's desire to see his grandchildren fit the pattern private sentiment, public weapon. In this environment, every attempt at reconciliation was shadowed by suspicion. Anonymous briefings are powerful because they shape public perception with an air of authority. The recent leak cast King Charles as a sympathetic grandfather, shifting pressure onto Harry and Meghan to respond. If a reunion didn't happen, the public would wonder why. Were the Sussexes to blame? This tactic wins short-term PR battles, but erodes the most valuable currency in any family trust. Each leak signals that vulnerability is a liability, making genuine reconciliation nearly impossible. The monarchy's credibility suffers too, as more people see through the manipulation. The cycle of leaks keeps wounds open, undermining the dignity the institution seeks to project. In the end, the game of whispers leaves everyone diminished. The public may be entertained, but the family pays the price. True healing can't begin until the leaks stop. As the headlines fade, a deeper question remains. Where does the real betrayal lie? For years, Harry and Meghan were blamed for breaking the royal code of silence, but this latest leak came not from California but from within the palace walls. The true betrayal is the system that turns private moments into public currency. It's a betrayal of trust, privacy, and the very idea of family. Real reconciliation requires more than a meeting. It demands the end of anonymous briefings and a new culture of respect. Until then, the cycle of hurt will continue, and the family will keep losing to the game they can't seem to stop playing. The real drama isn't in the headlines, it's in the silence that follows. For years, speculation has swirled about the true source of royal leaks. Insiders suggest that someone within the palace walls, perhaps a trusted aide or senior official, has been quietly feeding information to the press. This shadowy figure, motivated by personal gain or shifting alliances, has played a pivotal role in shaping the public narrative. As the drama unfolds, the finger increasingly points inward, raising uncomfortable questions about loyalty and betrayal at the heart of the monarchy. Amidst the storm of accusations, it's crucial to remember that Harry and Meghan have been wrongly targeted in the ongoing controversy. Their public statements and legal actions reflect a desire for privacy and truth. Many supporters argue that the couple has been unfairly targeted, becoming scapegoats for a much larger systemic issue within the royal institution. As the search for answers continues, perhaps it's time to reconsider where the real blame lies, and to offer Harry and Meghan the benefit of the doubt. While the royal family and its members often find themselves at the centre of headline storms, there's another player in this saga, the press. Tabloid newspapers and online outlets have, time and again, reaped substantial rewards from printing sensational, sometimes inaccurate, stories about Harry, Meghan, and the wider royal circle. Take, for example, the infamous front pages that followed every twist and turn in the Sussexes' story. Each new rumour or leaked detail has driven spikes in newspaper sales and online clicks. Publications have seen their readership soar as the public's appetite for royal intrigue remains insatiable. In this climate, even unverified claims can make their way into print, simply because they guarantee attention. It's not just about selling papers. These stories also boost a publication's influence and standing within the industry. The outlets that break the most shocking royal scoops are rewarded with notoriety, advertising revenue, and a loyal audience eager for the next installment. But the incentives don't stop there. The more dramatic the headline, the more likely it is to be shared on social media, multiplying its reach and its impact. This cycle of profit and influence can sometimes overshadow the pursuit of truth, encouraging a culture where accuracy takes a back seat to sensationalism. Ultimately, it's not just the royals who pay the price. The public is left to sift through a fog of misinformation, unsure of what to believe. In the end, the press's pursuit of profit and power shapes not only the narrative, but also the reality we all perceive.